Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG. I'm Sovereign and today's video is going to be all about EVE slang and wording for those of you that are new to the EVE universe. This video has been asked for many times over the past few months and I've been holding off on it because it would be such a big task and there's a lot of words that we would have to go through and there's a lot of learning and it can be quite boring to have to listen to a list of words like a dictionary. So I didn't really want to make the video, but because I've been asked so many times, I'm going to do this for you guys. So what I'm going to do is split it into multiple videos. So we'll have the words for different sections of the game, general terms, modules, ships, etc, etc. So remember to like the video, it really helps me out a lot. Sub if you haven't already. And if you'd like to go the extra mile, we have a Patreon set up to help our community grow. So let's get into this EVE dictionary. I will only be using words that apply to Echoes and not to the greater EVE universe. So let's start with something nice and easy for the beginning and we'll go through the emoticons. This first emoticon is a wave. And you would normally use this when entering a system with others in local chat. And this one is being a wave back, used as a response that you are friendly or at least active in the system. As we all know, friendly isn't really a term in EVE, even for courtmates. And then we have the 07, being a salute, probably the most used in EVE Online, as a hello and or goodbye. And then we have the \O/, meaning hurrah or yay, used when you win a fight or when one of your courtmates gets a really good drop and wants to show it off. There are others like 70, for example, used as a salute by the Brave Newbies Corp, another corp in EVE Online, but these are not needed for EVE Echoes. So as I said before, we'll split these into sections. The first section will be modules and their slang abbreviations for each. I guess we'll do this in an alphabetical order to make it for ease of use, so if you need to go back and look later on. So we'll start off with AB, which is the AFTERBURNER, a propulsion module. Then we have AC, autocannons, a weapon module most widely used by Minmatar ships. We have ARTY, being artillery, another weapon module, again most widely used by Minmatar ships. We have the BCS, which is the ballistic control system. This module is used in low slots as an activatable module that will increase damage passively and even more so when activated, generally used by Caldari ships. Cap chain is when you have multiple ships, mainly logistics cruisers, sending each other one or more remote capacitor transmitters to provide each other with infinite capacitor energy. The CCC is the capacitor control circuit, will be one of the most sought after rigs at the launch of the game, as it increases the ship's capacitor recharge rate, allowing your ship to have more modules active at once or to have a much larger cap level to work with. The DCU is the damage control unit, also known as the damage control in Echoes. Damage control unit is an older word, but everyone still uses DCU even to this day. And the damage control is used to give across the board passive resistances. It's used in the low slots with an activation which gives a massive boost to resistances, therefore raising your defense capabilities. The gyro is another low slot module, as the gyro is also known as the gyro stabilizer, which gives a passive bonus to firing rate and damage and a much larger activatable bonus to cannons. HAM is also known as heavy assault missiles, which is the ammo, and if you have HAML, being the launcher itself. Most people still just use HAM for both, mainly used by Caldari ships. Hardpoints are a ship attribute that determines how many missile launchers or turrets can be fitted to a ship. iStabs or stabs are inertial stabilizers, which is a low slot module improving ship handling and maneuverability for a short time. LAR are large armor repairers, put in a low slot. Once activated, repairs damage done to your ship's armor. LML are light missile launchers, another weapon used primarily by Caldari ships with a few exceptions. Links are what's usually referred to as command bursts, EVE's version of buffs. LSB is a large shield booster, low slot, activatable module that repairs damage to shields. LSE is a large shield extender, another low slot, activatable module that grants extra shield HP. MAR being a medium armor repairer, same as the larger armor repairer just for cruisers. MFS are magnetic field stabilizers, which grant a bonus to the firing rate and damage of railguns attached to the low slot. MSE being the medium shield extender, same as the large but again mainly for cruisers. MWD is the micro warp drive, used to greatly increase the speed of your ship when activated, but also makes your signature bloom, making you easier to hit and quicker to target. Newts, one of my favorite modules, is known as the energy neutralizer, basically eats the enemy ship's capacitor. And then we have NOS, another favorite of mine, the NOSFERATU. It does the same as a newt but a smaller amount and puts it into your own ship. A point is a warp disruptor or warp scrambler used to stop enemies from being able to warp away. This can also be used, for example, point the omen, which means warp disrupt the enemy omen. The term prop mod is used for any of the propulsion modules, whether it being an afterburner or a micro warp drive. A rep is a word used to describe any module that regenerates yours or a friendly target's armor, shield, or hull. RHML and RLML are rapid, heavy, and rapid light missile launchers, again mostly used by Caldari and were very strong in the beta. SAR being small armor repairers, same as the bigger brother large armor repairer but for frigates/destroyers. A SCRAM is a warp scrambler used to stop an opponent from escaping via warp. SSE being the small shield extender, same as the larger counterparts. Bubble is often used for interdiction warp bubbles, a large sphere that stops anyone but ships with nullification from being able to warp. In Echoes, Bubble is also used for the group shield boosters, covering your fleet in a giant shield. WCS or stabs are warp core stabilizers. These are used to grant you defenses against warp scramblers and warp disruptors. And finally, webs. These are known as stasis webifiers, used to slow your opponent down, making them easier to hit. And that's all we have for today. I hope this helps some of you to better understand the conversations we have in the Discord, both my personal one, link in the description, and the Eve Echoes official Discord. There are a lot more like the Razebo and the Painter, but we don't know if they're going to be in the game yet, so I didn't add them to the list. And this is for what we know is in Echoes. I want to thank you all for watching, like if you enjoyed it, sub if you'd like to see more from the one-stop shop of Eve Echoes. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.